Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the Bad Boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad Boy.
Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? Happy Friday. Now before we hop into it, because this video could go off the rails, I don't want to offend anybody or hurt anybody's feelings, but before we do that, tomorrow 1 p.m. on my channel, Above the Rim is back. We didn't do it last week because of the NFL draft and we had DSA members going live, so this is a conflict of interest. Plus there's not a whole lot of stuff to really talk about currently with the Pistons, but we'll be talking draft stuff, free agency, trades, bringing back players. And we have a very special guest that I'm very happy to have on. So be sure to come back 1 p.m. I will schedule it. You guys will see it pretty soon tonight. So that way you guys can set the reminder so you don't miss it. Also, check out the new DSA website. Very cool. But let's get down to business. So you guys, I don't know what I was going to say. I just had something funny. But anyway, Bad Boys, man. There's been a lot of talk about the Detroit Bad Boy Pistons. From Isaiah Thomas to Joe Dumars to Dennis Rodman, Bill Laimbeer, you name them, everyone has been talking about them. There's been certain players that haven't been mentioned, like Buda Edwards or Vinnie Johnson, who are key contributors to the bench, not to mention Mark Aguirre, who was a 20-point-per-game scorer. I think he averaged 23 or 24 in Dallas. He was picked ahead of Isaiah Thomas. He also came here via trade, and Dennis Rodman was so good that they took him and put him on the bench. That being said, let's do some dissecting here. I was originally going to plan to do this video centered around Charles Barkley saying LeBron James would have no part of the Bad Boy Pistons. I thought that was enough to do a video because Charles is right. He couldn't handle it. LeBron is tough physically. I mean, this guy is just built like the Hulk. Muscles on muscles. But mentally, he could not handle it. He could not handle it. If you put LeBron in Chicago, and say they found a point guard or a shooting guard to his Scottie Pippen. So you know how MJ had Scottie Pippen as his sidekick? Say he got that player. This is at a different position because, you know, him and Scottie, I don't know how well that would have worked. But say he got that equivalent player. There's no way he stays in Chicago. He's out. Rather, if he's going to LA or the Celtics, or if he's going to Miami and get some other free agents to join him there, he's not staying there to beat the Pistons. He just couldn't do it. He'd need too much help. And it started this whole debate. Once that broke out, you see me post it on my community post. I don't know if I still have it up. If I do, I'll probably post it here. Who would win, the 2019-2020 Lakers or the 1989-90 Pistons? Yes, LeBron and AD are very talented. They're two of the top 5 players in the league right now. But for you to say that that team's going to beat the Bad Boys, you are smoking crack. Now, I'm not saying that the Lakers aren't going to put up a fight or anything, and it's really going to depend on what era you're playing in, but you guys don't realize how good of a defender Dennis Rodman was. He's guarding LeBron, and he is going to frustrate LeBron. You remember what Kawhi Leonard was doing to LeBron? Frustrated him. You can't stop LeBron. We didn't stop Michael Jordan. We slowed him down, and that's all you can do with LeBron. You're not going to stop him. You can only slow him down, and Dennis Rodman is going to do that. Plus, when he's come down into the paint, flopping around and stuff, Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer, yeah, they're going to put him on his butt. You know, Bill Laimbeer might not be the strongest, but Rick Mahorn is, John Sally is, Dennis Rodman is. They're going to knock him down and put him on his butt. Dude, he is not going to be happy. Anthony Davis is a different kind of breed. He would be more of a concerning matchup because they just didn't have big men like that back in the day. So I don't know who would guard him. Probably Bill Laimbeer or Rick Mahorn, since Dennis Rodman is going to be guarding LeBron. And, you know, I think they'll set the switch on and kind of have a game plan for that. But outside of those two players, man, the Lakers don't really have anybody to contest with the Bad Boys. Everyone's always saying, well, who's going to guard LeBron? Who's going to guard Anthony Davis? Okay. Who's going to guard Isaiah Thomas? Rondo? Caruso? Okay. Who's going to guard Joe D? Danny Green? Solid defender, but barbecue chicken. Who's going to keep Dennis Rodman off the boards? JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, they're older. Actually, I like JaVale McGee more now than I'd had ever. The point being is the Pistons are just deeper. They're better. And the whole problem with this is the Bad Boy Pistons went back-to-back. Swept the Lakers, and they beat Portland in 5. They should have three-peated. We got screwed over in that Lakers game. We should have three-peated. First team to three-peat in that era. But back-to-back champions. The Lakers haven't won jack yet. And to tell me that this team right now is better than the Kobe Bryant and Shaq Lakers or the Showtime Lakers, I'm not buying it. Because both those teams had longevity and played together and just had more chemistry and stuff. You can't say this yet. Now, 3 years, this could be a completely different conversation. In order to do so, they have to win 3 championships. If they don't, there's no way. You can't compare championship teams who have gone there 3 straight times and won 2, should have three-peated, to a team that hasn't even gone there yet. The disrespect on the Bad Boys needs to stop, because it's Detroit, and people outside of Detroit don't want to give them credit. And the young generation, they see LeBron and they see how good he is, and they want to put him in the GOAT conversation, but he's not. He could not handle the Pistons. He couldn't. He could not handle the Bad Boy Pistons. And I don't care what you guys say, it's true. Physically, yes, he's got the body for it. He is tough enough physically to do it. It's just he's too weak mentally. You talk about Mamba mentality, he doesn't have that kind of mentality. He's on the first flight out of Chicago, going somewhere else to team up with somebody to help try to take down the Bad Boys that way. Hell, he might even come to the Bad Boys to play with them, because he doesn't want to take that kind of pressure. It just, no. There's nothing you guys are going to say in LeBron's defense right now that he could do that. Because this is even the best version of LeBron. If it was Miami LeBron, maybe, but he's just not tough mentally like that. And that's what the Bad Boys did. Yeah, they were physical, but a lot of the physical pain and punishment they inflicted on people was to get them off their game mentally. Bill Laimbeer was a trash talker. Rick Mahorn was a trash talker. Rick Mahorn taught Dennis Rodman how to talk trash. So you got to back that kind of stuff up. I just don't think that people like now can handle it. So I don't know, man. The disrespect on the Bad Boy Pistons is, they're a top 5 NBA team of all time. I'll go top 10 just to cover my tracks, because there have been some really good teams. But you name them, they beat them. They beat the Showtime Lakers, the Boston Celtics with Larry Bird, Parrish, and McHale when they were at their peak, and they beat Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen's Chicago Bulls. Only team to have a winning record against those 3 teams in that era. And those 3 players right there, MJ, Larry Bird, and Magic, are arguably all on the Mount Rushmore. Those are some of the greatest players who have ever stepped on the court, and Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, Joe Dumars, Rick Mahorn, and the entire Bad Boys staff are the only team in NBA history to have a winning record against those 3 teams. I'm going to leave it at that. They went out there. It wasn't like the East was weak, super weak back then, although, like we just watched in that last day, and Chicago made the playoffs with like 33 wins or whatever it was. But they played hard and tough, and he dropped 63 in that game and against the Chicago Bulls. I mean, players were tougher, man. They just wanted it more. And I think that's really what's going to boil down to. But maybe you guys can say something to change my mind. Leave it down in the comments, man. We'll be talking about this a little bit more on Above the Rim tomorrow, I'm sure. So leave it down in the comments. Instagram, Twitter, DSA members, DSA website, all in the description. Come back for Above the Rim tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. I cannot wait. Without further ado, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.